Welcome back, Weather Kingdom. I am just going to give you guys a heads up. In this update, we are not going to be doing too much. I just want to give you guys a quick update. I'm still on vacation at this current time, but I would like to talk a little bit about everything that's going on. We have a lot going on currently, and I would like to really kind of just talk about it. So first off, we got quite a bit of things going on here. We got a snowstorm in the development here throughout Chicago, Wisconsin. We have a lot of snow potentially. This is just one out of potentially 3 snowstorms. We're going to look at the first 2 only today and not worry about the other ones. It ain't going to be a long stream. I'm just going to be kind of giving you guys my latest thinking, that you guys don't think I haven't abandoned you. How's everybody doing tonight currently? And Alright. So if you guys, we are going to be looking at this snowstorm. This is a winter storm warning. So everybody that's in this paint currently is under winter storm warnings. This is for Wisconsin. This is actually for some of the big cities. This is for Bay City. This is for Grand Rapids. This is for all. Detroit's going to be in a winter weather advisory, but they're also getting some snow out of this. Indiana is also South Bend of Chicago. Milwaukee, Green Bay. We are talking about Rochester. We're talking about almost back in Iowa, Fort Dodge, Des Moines, Omaha, Bloomington, Illinois. All of the Indiana is all under a winter storm warning. In this winter storm warning, I'm expecting a general 6 to 10 inches of snow. Where I think the heaviest snow is going to, where it's going to go, I don't know. I'm going to look at some of the charts. I'm going to look at some of the things going on. If you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. That would be very greatly appreciated. I hope everyone's having a great night. So just give me one moment. I'm already seeing we already have quite a few people on, so that's a good start. That's the goal here. I'm trying to get everything going. Just remember, sorry for how late it is. For everybody that's just tuning in, please like, please subscribe. I'm going to be, whoever is in any of these winter storm warnings, please let me know, because I'm going to read over your area, and I'm going to give you guys your latest thinking. Okay? So, if you guys are in Chicago, you guys are under a winter storm warning. You guys are under for between 6 to 10 inches, like I was saying. We'll also have a little bit of gusty winds, potentially up to 30 miles an hour wind gusts, so that's going to be some blowing and drifting snow. We're going to have to really keep an eye on that there. I know we have some National Weather Service, the snowfall. I'm going to look at pivotal weather. We're going to take a look at the blend of all the models, and I'm kind of going to give you guys a general thinking here of what we are looking at, because I haven't been too much on this. South Joe, Michigan. Okay, South Joe, Michigan. We are, okay. You mean, oh, you're in Nebraska. This is a little bit hard to see, but blah, 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 blah. So, you are pretty much near, okay. I gotcha. Let me go get this. I'm gonna look at this here. Where are the climate? Okay. Oh, they locked it? This ain't a blend of all them. No, this ain't a blend of all the models. We're gonna have to look at the old Euro. I thought we're... National Weather Service, maybe. National Weather Service. We're gonna see what the National Weather's... I haven't had this all prep. I was trying to get on the stream. St. Joseph, thank you. Actually, this is a little bit interesting. This is some of that lake effect snow that has fallen. If you guys are near Lake Erie area, some of these reports were almost up to 2 feet of snow. We had many areas reaching about 6 to 10 inches of snow. If you guys are across Erie didn't get any reports, but further back in here where this strip is. So anywhere people with this lake effect snow was generally around here, saw about 6 to 10 inches of snow. And then a coating on the outside in some of these spots. That's what it looks like to me. When we go up to New York, we actually had a little bit more. Oh, come on. We had anywhere from this area about 6 to 10 inches of snow. Where I just circled, just south of Watertown. There was a band here that did bring, this was a little bit earlier. It actually brought about almost 4 or 5 inches across Albany, New York. This actually was a pretty potent band here where I'm circling double here because that had some very heavy snowfall totals. We had at least 10 to 15 inches across here, at least a foot. It was pretty impressive, pretty good. And that. Also, you guys, in about 52 minutes is my birthday. So if you guys would like to give me a present, feel free to. I'll make birthday. It would mean a lot if anybody would. This is our goal for tonight. Let's get up to let's gain some more subscribers. This is also a birthday stream. Birthday. Alright. But we are going to continue with this weather. This is a pretty interesting thing. Snowfall totals. I don't know. I'm not too good at this when it comes to the National Weather Service. Okay, why would they give me all of that? Alright, we're just going to use the models. I don't want to waste anything else here. If you guys are just tuning in, we're taking a look at the latest model thinking of this next winter storm. We got 2 winter storms to keep an eye on. So just keeping that in mind. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go into here. Alright. Let's go into 0Z of tonight. We're going to get some new data here. How's everybody doing right now? Alright, we're getting some of the data here. Let's do this. We're going to go through the Midwest. So, this is in the next coming hour. This is about right now. Let's do this. This is about tomorrow morning here. As we getting up to Saturday. So, this is about midnight. We're going to start expecting some pretty heavy snowfall totals. And as you let this play, you guys, look at what happens here. This is going to bring quite a bit of snow, especially for the Chicago region. This is going to be a pretty interesting storm. I do believe we are going to have to watch out some parts in Ohio. I do believe in Ohio will mostly stay snow on the northern side, but will transition. I'm hoping too. I think it'll stay snow for the Great Lakes. I think Chicago, you are good. This low pressure is going over you, but the temperature department does look pretty good. It is definitely going to warm up, but it looks like Chicago just stays around 33. This probably will start out as a fluffy snow and kind of transition into more of a wet kind of snow as the low pressure continues to move north. This actually wants to go right near or just over Chicago. Alright, so when we take a look here at the latest Courage model, this is a little bit interesting. Quite a bit of snow clearly is seen here. At least in the purple is 6 inches, you guys. This is going to be a very large winter storm, bringing lots of amounts of snow. Look at this. This is at least 6 inches of snow at the bare minimum right in here where I just circled. Alright, this is for at least 6. Anywhere, I would say, where I'm about to draw the next line is in this purple. I actually kind of underestimated this. I was thinking about at least 6 to 10 inches. There's going to be a good spot here, I do believe now. At least up to potentially, I would say 8 to 12 inches. This would be about 8 to 12 inches. Okay, in this general spot. So in the black, you guys, with the latest her model, Dayton, Ohio. Let me quickly do this, and then we'll take a look at that. In the pink here, I'm expecting 8 to 12 inches at the bare minimum. This does not include Chicago. If you guys are in the black, I would say, honestly, 3. I will kind of push it to 6 to 8 inches, to be honest with you. I'm going with 6 to 8 inches in the black. If you guys are in the black, at least 6 to 8 inches are looking very likely. And then we are also in the pink, I'm expecting maybe 8 to 12 inches. And then I do believe in this yellow, I do believe there's at least going to be a spot here of potentially 12 to 18 inches. If you guys are in this yellow, potentially 12 to 18 inches, I would not even be surprised to see a localized 20-inch, maybe even almost 2 feet of snow in this yellow. This is for about 12 plus. Alright, this is for 12 plus inches of snow. Okay, this is for at least 6 plus, okay? And this is for about 8 plus, right in here. If you guys are in here, this is for about 8 plus inches of snow. So there it is, that her model forecasting on this system. Alright, very interesting, very large winter storm. This is going to be bringing some major impacts throughout your nighttime hours tonight into tomorrow. Your wind gust, you're looking at a general 30-mile-an-hour wind. There's going to be on the southern side as some of this low is moving on. We're going to have potentially some blowing and drifting snow. At least 30 to 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts is looking very likely. Southern Ohio is fine. Speaking in the Northeast, let's take a look at that. This is going to be for the Northeast here. Not expecting too much. I think tonight the lake effect will pretty much start dying. I do think the lake effect is kind of starting to die off here. I'm not expecting too much lake effect. But with this next system, I do believe... Alright, sorry about that. I had to quickly go do do here. Weatherkin, do you think some good snow is possible for the second system in Pittsburgh? I'm going to be honest with you, yes. But we're going to have to wait and see. Okay, I don't know yet. But this is for the next snow. If you guys are talking about, this is actually the first system. Potentially in the system we're talking about. I do believe this next upcoming system is generally going to bring a coating to an inch. A slushy. Yes, sorry about that. I was quickly doing something. I had attacks. But alright. Let's take a look at the GFS. The latest GFS on this. This has been such a weird system. Okay. Okay, so they do believe snow. Okay, that's interesting. Let me go quickly to Tropical Tibbets. The latest run looks interesting. The latest... The models have been really off on this second system. The GFS keeps it, once again, maybe even Chicago getting another inch or two. It keeps the low here, but it has it a little bit different, really. It definitely has you starting out with snow, but it's a lot further to the it's a lot further to the south and east. But it rides up the East Coast, but at the same time, it's not deep at all. The GFS has been really off. When we take a closer look at this, I mean, it's more of an inland, but I don't see this being right at all. Because you can easily tell something's wrong here. Okay. The GFS has really went weird with this system. It really just wants to show like a cold front slash nothing here. Look at that. That is really off. I'm not gonna put my... I'm not going to put my money on the GFS right now with the second system. Because if you go back from the last run, it just keeps changing, you guys. Canadian, let's take a look. Okay. Canadian is... Maybe this is a trend, you guys. Because some of the models are now trending more of a less snow event. Okay. Interesting. Canadian is a little bit quicker with the system. It definitely brings a little bit of heavier snow. It's a little bit more further out like a cold front. I don't know if you guys can really tell. A little bit more out like a cold front here. On the Canadian. The GFS is just been weird. Alright, just let me quickly do this. Sorry about this, you guys. Pretty busy here. When we take a look at the Weather Channel here. Alright, let me look at this. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, look at the actual radar, and the weekend storm is off. Bad. It's already crossing into Indiana. You ain't wrong. By 1 in the morning, 2, This is by 5. It's not too bad. I mean, it's building itself, definitely. Alright. I don't know. We have to just wait and see, you guys, to be honest. I really can't tell you what's going to go on. The Euro with the next system has it much more further to the south. When we take a look at the G, is little too far inland. They kind of keep us on the 1 to 3. I mean, see, you guys, more of an inland event out of this. I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna go with it. I think it needs another day. The models usually do this and then turn back. The NAM model's like this already. Already to the south. Maybe the NAM is picking up on it. What's up? What's up? If you're just tuning in, please like, please subscribe. We're not going to be here too much longer. I'm just kind of trying to give you everybody a little bit of an update here on this event. So, what would you guys like me to look at currently as of this second? I kind of just taking a look at the glance at the latest all models. Yeah, it is really interesting of what we are seeing here, you guys. The models coming out tonight are a little weird to me. This is not too off. This is definitely possible. Something like the Canadian, to be honest with you. It really likes that cold air, though. I'm telling you that. This is definitely not far from it because it doesn't want to show another system potentially. It really likes to keep that cold air in place. And I do think that's going to be the general thinking throughout the coming months with December. I do think the models, I don't know. The European doesn't come out for a little bit. The GFS is still coming out. Let me take a quick look at the anomaly, what's going on here. So, okay. Let me quickly... 200 millibar wind, maybe? No, the trough. I'm looking for the trough thing. It's not the best here, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you kind of see the low. It never gets really sprung up with it. You can kind of tell because... Okay, wait. It does get out ahead of it. But it's... Okay, you're good. Thank you. If you guys are just tuning in, please like, please subscribe if you're turning new into the channel. We're currently taking a look at everything here. My question is, does this trough, does this trough go a little bit more negative? It's a little bit too positive. So what happens here, the issue why this thing ain't bombing out is because, yes, it is out ahead of it, right? So it honestly needs to deepen a little bit more, and it needs to be a little further north. It needs to be somewhere around over here. Because then it can really feel this trough, because then this will start to tilt negative. It's still a little bit positive, so you still got your cold front like this type feature. That's why the models are not really showing anything big. And will that be like it? I don't know. I mean, this run you can really see it like that. It's more into a cold front. We really don't see that deepening going on. This was something that had it a little bit better. This was a few runs ago. We had our... It started going negative here, while we had a low right here. That deepened the low a little bit better. That's why we had more deepening back in the 12Z and 6Z runs. The latest runs, why it's not really showing anything, you guys, is just take a look at this. It's too out ahead of it. It's not tilted. It's not really being tilted. It's more like this, you guys. This is our... This is kind of it, and this is kind of low. It's not like this where it's crossing in, and this is deepening rapidly. That's why we're not seeing big snowfall. And that's why it looks kind of weird on the GFS. See how the low is a little bit more up here? That's why it's not looking good. I'm trying to explain this with you guys. Okay, thank you, LTW. Thank you for that. When we take a look at the Canadian, that's another example here. It's not deepening as quick. This nor'easter is not the best favored nor'easter right now. Because, yes, we do see this here, but look. And then we kind of see it last second like this. So, generally, it's more like this type system. For this to deepen on the Canadian, it needs to be a little bit closer to the coast here. And this needs to tilt. For this storm to really get some good snowfall totals and get some good snow across the Northeast, this trough needs to tilt. And when I mean tilt, I mean it like this. When you see these little, like, indents like this, right? These are little indents in the trough. This is when you could tell it's a trough. They need to be a little bit more like this. They need to, instead of this straight, they need to be a little bit more like this. That's a trough. And that's a negative tilt trough. And if we have that, then I do believe we can have a snowstorm. The latest runs, they're not favoring as much. Alright, 1 second. Let me take a look at the icon. Okay, see, icon's a little bit more deeper. Okay, this is a little bit better example. Do you guys see this low pressure here on the icon? Look, the low, it's a little bit more tilted at this given point. You have a little bit more of a sharper axis. The question is, does the icon, look what happens here. It's a little bit better on this one. You see how the low is a little bit more deeper here? It's because, look, you see how these isobars are a little bit more slanted? So we got more of a troughing like this. So what's happening here is this is getting to deepen. But when we take a look at the GFS, it's not as deepened. Boom. It's a lot less. And the timing is very off on the models. How's that? If you guys are just tuning in, please like, please subscribe. That would be very greatly appreciated. We are one like away from the goal tonight. Sorry about that. Alright, let me just quickly take a look here. I agree with you on that. I think we should wait a day. What's another thing? Let's take a look at the GEFS here. The GFS here is very interesting. Okay. A little bit interesting. Yeah, a lot of these ensembles are a little bit different. The mean snow. Okay. The mean snow is definitely higher in the interior northeast. I do believe on that. Each ensemble snowstorm, like 20 is, okay, 5 is alright. 3 is not. 8 is good. 20 is good, and that's about it. 16's alright. 17's alright. 11's alright. Every ensemble's a little bit different. Let's take a look at 18Z. Actually, the 0Z has trended a little bit more snow to the coast than the other GFS, so that's a little bit interesting. I agree. And did you say we have a severe weather outlook too? Alright, let me quickly... Alright, very interesting. Also, thank you for everybody that's saying here. We have hit 11 likes. Thank you. Very greatly appreciate that. Let's take a little bit. Okay, this is to GFS. I believe it will likely trend back. It usually happens. We kind of have to get done with the big storm. We got the models are having trouble on the first storm, so we can't predict the next storm just yet. The European on the 18Z is like this. It is a little bit more interesting. Because what happens here is, look, you see how this is a lot more tilted? Even though you don't see big snow, this low is a 984 here. This is the type of... The European will be a great solution if it's closer to the coast. We'll be talking about... If the low is here, we will most likely be talking about a full-out blizzard across here. This is what you want. Something like the Euro. You got a tilted trough. You got a deepening low. The 12Z was, see, it was a little bit less here. Just a little bit interesting. Alright, what else can we look at that? This storm, oh no, we can't look at that. We still got a few days, you guys, on this. But I am going to be ending the stream very shortly. I do need to get some sleep. I hope everybody did like the stream and enjoy. If you guys would like to subscribe, please feel free. We will be having another update